Hello and welcome back for your next MSI 2024 preview video where we're going to go over Team Liquid, locked into the first seed in the LCS going into the midseason invitational. Throughout this month, I'm going to be trying to get a lot of my MSI preview content out as I've done in years past. As teams get locked in, we will discuss it when their seeding is official and their stats are complete. We'll go over some patch videos as far as MSI is concerned, in addition to just ranking roles and comparing players before the event. So, Team Liquid, average age of this roster is 25.4 years old. It is much older than FlyQuest. Their last trip to an international event in terms of MSI, 2019, when TL would finish second place behind G2, losing that final. Definitely a very deep run, one of the better runs, if not the best run that we've seen out of North America at an international event. The last 3 years, the 1 seed has not fared as well, finishing 5th, 6th, 3rd, 4th, and then last year 5th, 6th again. Keep in mind, different format now with more Eastern teams as far as LCK, LPL are concerned. So to get 3rd, 4th with those teams in the mix is going to be a tall task. In terms of the 5 players on this roster, they have 2 world champions. First, Impact at 29 years old, playing weak side top lanes. Been doing that for many, many years. Very experienced. 3-7 KDA, 7-4 CS per minute, 58-7 KP. Kind of goes through laning phase, tries to go even, and then impact the game with macro and team fighting. 1.47 damage divided by gold. That's pretty good. The higher the better, of course. We're trying to see what players actually do work with the gold they're given in terms of damage. Gold share about 20.6%, damage share 21.2%, so meh, about even. Laning wise is slightly ahead of LCS top laners, 135 gold, 2 CS, 270 XP, 12 solo kills in 9 champions played in 33 games. Kayasante, Renekton, and Udyr, his 3 most played. Internationally, he's 75-61 in his career. Won in 2013 on T1. 2.1 KDA, 7-7 CS per minute, 58-4 KP. Numbers kind of track with what he did this past split. 1.15 return on investment. There were a lot of years in there where he had like 350 gold per minute, 365, around there. And then the DPM wasn't even over 400. Different meta, different times. Keep in mind when we are looking at stats of a player that is this experienced, that we went through a lot of different metas. The game was very, very different when he started playing. On average, internationally, slightly behind, 25 gold, 2 CS of 30 XP, so essentially even. 31 solo kills in 136 games. His 3 MSI trips, he finished 5th in 2018, runner-up with Team Liquid in 2019, and then in 2022 would finish 3rd, 4th with EG. UMPTY in the jungle, the only player without international experience in terms of an tournament. This is his first year outside of Korea in terms of playing competitive League of Legends. 3.8 KDA, 5.6 CS per minute, 70.8 KP, solid numbers. Not a damage-oriented jungler at 1.01. Return on investment, not extremely high there. 18.3 gold share, 13.1 damage share. When I think of UMPTY, I don't think of a carry. Now, I understand in the playoffs, it felt like he was carrying and putting the team on his back, and he certainly was. But, over the years of thinking about UMPTY, the Brion days are just really hard to get out of my mind. If you didn't watch those games, I suggest you never watch those games. Domestically, though, we do have to mention, down 70 gold, 5 CS, 155 XP. You may say to yourself, that's not much. What's the big deal? If you're behind domestically, in one of these regions, LCS, LEC, or minor regions, going against the LCK LPL is going to be tough. Now, UMPTY's played against these players before many times, and at the same time, we do have to note, hey, he's slightly behind in the first 15 minutes against LCS junglers. How's he going to do against the LCK and LPL, right? Now, expectations are very tempered for this team. I want to see if APA and Yeon have improved since Worlds. This is their second international event, and we'll get into that in a moment. But as far as UMPTY's concerned, I don't expect a ton. 2 solo kills, 10 champions played, Volibear, Xinjiao, Lee Sin, and like I said, no international experience. APA, the youngest player on the team, 22 years old, 4 KDA, 8.9 CS per minute, 68.7 KP, 1.73 return on investment. Very good player that has improved as times went on. We do need to note, and we'll talk about it at the end of his stat line, that he does have some limitations, however. 23.5 gold share, 29.4 damage share. He is the carry on this team. Down 50 gold, 3 CS, up 45 XP. Like I said about UMPTY, you cannot be behind domestically and expect to be ahead internationally against those Eastern teams. 10 solo kills and only 8 champions played. Ziggs, Taliyah, Aurelion, Sol. When you take Ziggs and Aurelion Sol out of his champion pool, his win rate drops significantly. Actually, it might even be negative. So he is known to be a 2-trick. And honestly, against this team, taking those 2 champions away will put Team Liquid in a bind if you are another team. You can just go after APA at that point and, kind of clean house. Internationally, he went 1-4 last year, 1 KDA, 8.1 CS per minute, 58.6 KP. TL really sucked. Pioshik tried to 1v9 and earned him a spot in the LCK. So it worked for him, but for everybody else, it pretty much killed Summit's career. He's now in Latin America, trying very hard to even get to an international event. Yeah. 125 return on investment, down 555 gold, 6 CS, 45 XP, 2 solo kills. So struggled, to put it lightly. In terms of Yeon and CoreJJ, I did this yesterday for FlyQuest. The stats I am putting for both players are just some very basic stats, and then we're going to combine a lot of the more interesting stats due to the Senna meta really kind of screwing things up. So Yeon had a 5.5 KDA, 74.4 KP, and 1.72 return on investment. 4 solo kills, 11 champions played, Varus, Smolder, Senna. His 3 most played, Varus and Smolder, the only 2 champions he played more than 3 times. Internationally, 1.4 KDA. Close. 1-4 win rate. 1.6 KDA, 9.2 CS per minute, 42.1 KP. Like I said, it was the Pioshik show, and everybody else barely getting their fingerprints on anything. 1.07 return on investment, down 210 gold, 4 CS, 160 XP, no solo kills. CoreJJ at support, 5.3 KDA, 75.3 KP, 0.77 return on investment. That's a lot different than Busio yesterday, right? Busio had over 1. Actually, he might have even had more than UMPTY did. And then Core is not the same type of support. More of an enchanter, an engage support. No solo kills, 11 champions played, and hence the engage supportive champions in Nautilus, Rel, Tom Kench. Internationally, he's 50-36, world champion as well. 2 KDA, 70 KP, average 3 vision score per minute, about 7 wards placed every 5 minutes. And then roughly cleared 2 wards every 5 minutes and places 2 control wards in that same time frame every 5 minutes. 1 MSI trip, it was runner-up with Team Liquid in 2019. Now, when I combine Yeon and CoreJJ stats, slightly better than Masu Busio, still leaves a lot to be desired though. 10 CS combined, which isn't great. 37.6 gold share, and 36.2 damage share combined. The investment in terms of the pie of gold is it doesn't work, right? They're actually not getting the amount of damage out of the bot lane as they're investing in terms of gold. Now keep in mind, damage taken is a thing. Core is playing champions that not necessarily are going to deal damage, but just with very basic, very basic look at it, the return isn't really there. As of duo, up 135 gold, 3 CS, 164 XP, so they're not dominating lane. 4.89 vision score per minute, places about 21 wards every 10 minutes. And then 3 vision wards every 5 minutes, and so 3 control wards every 5 minutes, and clear almost a ward a minute. So, yeah, like I said, this bot lane slightly better than Masu Busio at this point, but then again, Masu Busio are much younger, much more inexperienced. Like I said about Fly yesterday, personally, I think Fly has a better chance at this event than Team Liquid, only in that Fly have some X factors with Bwipo, Bwipo's champion pool, Busio's champion pool, where these guys are pretty set standard. There's not, you know what you're getting out of this team. Like, it's clear as day. There's not going to be anything too crazy. If you ban out APA, you're probably in good shape. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and hope to see you again tomorrow.